Hello students, the topic is 01 knapsack problem. In this lecture, we will discuss that how to solve the knapsack problem using the dynamic programming. We will discuss the approach, how to take different sort of decisions in order to solve the knapsack problem using dynamic programming. So there are two methods. In the first method, we will draw a table to solve and to find out the best optimal solution to the knapsack problem using dynamic programming. The second method to solve the knapsack problem using dynamic programming, that we will take a sequence of sets and then we will find out the best optimized solution to the knapsack problem. So first let us understand what the problem is given to us. So here you can see that we are given four objects and these four objects are having some weights. The weight is given here. The weights are 2, 3, 4, 5 and we are having some bag, or we can say a container or anything in which we have to place these objects, but remember that the capacity of that bag or container is 8. We can just, in order to simplify it further, we can say that the capacity of that bag is 8 kgs. So we cannot place all the objects because the weight here we are having is equal to 5 plus 4 9, 9 plus 2 11, 14, but the capacity is 8. So we cannot place all objects at once. So we have to place the objects in such a manner into the bag that we can carry it at some place and then sell it and get the maximum profit. So the question is that we have to sell the objects in such a manner to maximize the profit. To get the maximum profit, the question is not that we have to place all the objects in the bag. The question is, or the problem is, that we have to place or sell the objects in such a manner in order to get the maximum profit. So now let us understand or solve the problem by the first method, that is by drawing a table for it. Here you can see that we have drawn a table. These are the weights, these are the objects. As you know, we are having four objects. Each object is having some weight and some profit. We have also written it here, the first object. So here you see that we are having nothing in the bag, so we have taken the initial object and the initial weight as well. So the first object, the weight is 2, the profit is 1. Second object, the weight is 3, profit is 2. Third object, the weight is 4 and profit is 5. Fourth object, the weight is 5 and the profit is 6. So as we are having nothing and we have in the bag and we have taken the initial weights as 0 and we have also taken the initial object 0 in the bag, so we will write this row and this column as 0, as we are having nothing in the initially in the bag. Now how to fill the table? We will check this first object and then we will see what is its weight and what is its profit. If it is the first object, then we will just remain at this first object. We will ignore the rest of the objects. But if we are at the second object, we will consider the first object. Likewise, if we are at the third object, we will consider the second and first object. Similarly, if we are at the fourth object, we will consider the third, second and first object as well. So now, if we are at the first object and we have to fill the table for it, so the first object, the weight is 2, weight is 2. These are the weights given at the top of the table. So here, so what are we going to write here? Or how are we going to know that what we have to write here? What is the profit of it? You have to write the profit in place of the weight of that object. So the profit is 1, so we will write 1 here, right? So we have written 1 here. So what to write in the rest of the boxes or the weights? So as we are having nothing or initially in the bag, we don't have anything else to carry in the bag, so we will mention all the rest of the boxes as 1 like this. Then as we have done for the first object, we will move forward to the second object. So if when we are at the second object, then we will check that what is the weight of this object. The weight is 3, so we will come here. And what is the profit of this object? The profit is 2, so we will write 2 here, right? We have written 2 here. Then we will consider the first one as well, the first object. So the first object, the weight was 2 and the profit was 1, so we have written 1 here. As we are having nothing here, right? So we can, as we have told you that we will consider the previous objects as well. So if we add the weights of the object 1 and 2, the weight becomes 5. So here we come 5. So what are the profits of the first object and second object? That is 3. So we have written 3 in against the weight 5. Right? Understand that this why we have written 3 here, as we have already told or discussed that when we are at the second object, we will discuss the previous ones, right? So when we are at the second object, we have added the weights of the second and first object. The weight we gained was 5 and the profit was 3. So we have written 3 here. Now how to fill the rest of the boxes? So we will, as we have nothing other than 2, so we'll write 2 here, and after 3 we have nothing in the bag to carry, so we will write 3 in all the weights after 3. Now if we are at the weight 3, object 3, then we will check what is the weight of this object. The weight of this object is 4, so we will, and the profit is 5, so we'll write 5 here, right? So we have written 5 here. Now we will check for the previous object, that are 2 and 1. So if we add 4 plus 2, right, if we add, so the previous one we are having nothing, so they will remain same. If we add 4 plus 2, we get the weight as 6 and the profits we get is 5 and 1, that is 6, so we'll write 6 here. If we add 4 and 3, so we will get the weight as 7 and the profit as 7. And the next one, after 5 we have nothing to carry in the bag, so this will remain as 5 and this will remain as 7, as we have nothing to carry in the bag after the weight 7, so this will remain as same, right? So now we will come to the fourth object. In the fourth object we will see that what is the weight of the object, that is 5. We will come to the weight 5, and what is the profit, that is 6, so we'll write 6 here, right? So we will write 6 here, and the previous one will remain as same like this, right? Here we will write 6, and the next one, if we add, if you see here that if we add 4 plus 2, or there, that becomes 6 and the profit is 6, right? If we add 5 plus 2, the weight becomes 7 and the profits of these twos are 6 plus 1, that is 7. Now if we add 5 plus 3, the weight becomes 8 and the profit becomes 6 plus 2, that is 8, so we have written 8 over here. So this was how we filled the fourth object manually. Now there is a formula which we can use to fill the table. The formula is that v I comma weight. So this is the initial object, I will say that from where we are starting. It's this and as we are filling the table for the fourth object, so here the I will be 4 and the weight of that is 5. So from here we will have to take the maximum value. If we are going for the vi minus 1 comma weight comma vi minus 1 w minus weight weight multiplied into the initial value, that is 4, plus profit of the I, the profit is 6. So we will fill up the values, and on this side we got 5, and on that side we got 0 plus 6, that is 6. So the maximum value is 6, and then the rest of these we can also apply the formula for it, but they will remain as same: 1 to 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So this is how we can apply the formula to fill up the table for the object 4. We have already discussed that how to fill this as manually, that we can just check that this, if the object is 4 and the weight is 5 and the profit is 6, so we will write here 6, and the rest of the values we can fill them manually as they will remain as same, as we have nothing left behind uh, uh, other than 6 to carry in our bag. And then we can also add the weights of the fourth object with the previous objects, right? So if we add like this 5, right, so we have written it 6 here, and next we have fill up the table. If we add the weights, so we can get here 6, 5 plus 2, that is weight is 7 and the profit will also be 7. 5 plus 3, weight is 8 and the profit is also 8, so we will write it here 8. So now we will check that which value we have to consider, right, or the maximum profit we are gaining. So here we will take the maximum value from the table, that is 8. So we will check that is 8 in the other objects also, in the 3, in the 2, in the 1, no. So x4 is the only object that has given us the maximum profit, that is 8. Now we will so the object given by x4 is 8. So what is the profit of this object, that is 6. So we will subtract the profit from this maximum profit, so we will get 2. Then we will see for 2, that is 2 given by x3. Now we will check for the third object, is 2 given by x3 only? No, x2 is also present in the second object. So we will write here 0, that as the third object is not only the object that has given us 0, but x2 is also the object that has given the 2. So then we will check for the second object. So is the second object only object that after that has given us the 2 profit? Yes, second object or object 2 or x2 is the only object that has given us the profit 2, right? So we will write 1 here. We will consider the second object. Now we will look, so what is the profit of this? The profit is 2. We'll subtract it from this. 2 minus 2, 0. Now we will see that 0, that if the first one is the only object that has given us the 0, 0, no, the 0 object has, initial object that is 0 has also given us the 0. So we will not consider the first object and we will write 0 over here. So this is how we calculated the maximum profit, or we placed the objects into the bag or container in such a way that we can sell them and get the maximum profit or maximize our results. So this was one method to solve the knapsack problem using the dynamic programming other than the greedy method, and this was also the brute force. So this was how we solved the knapsack problem using the first method by creating a table for it. Then we filled the table, and the approach we used to fill the table was, if we were at the object 1, we matched it with the weight, so then we go to that weight and then we write its profit there. And the same approach we used to fill up the complete table. Then we took the maximum profit from that, and then we checked that which object is giving us the maximum profit, and then we calculated that which object we are going to consider or which we are not going to consider. So this is how we solve the knapsack problem using the dynamic programming, the first method. The second method is, now we will see by the sets method, we will take some decisions. Here you can see that if we are given with the weights and the profits, these we are having 4 objects over here. So initially we are having nothing in the bag or container, so that we will take the first set as 0 s0, the first set, that is the 0 set, that is 0 0. Now we will write the second set for the first object. The profit is 1 and the weight is 2, so we will add it into the this one. So 0 plus 1 1, 0 plus 2 so the for the first object the 0 matrix we will get is, that is 1 2. Now we will merge these two and we will write the set 1 for the first object, right? This is how we have written the set 1 for the first object. Now we will write the set 1 for the second object, right? So this, here we will go, the profit is 2 and the weight is 3, so the first set will be 2 comma 3 and we will add it into this one. 1 plus 2 3, 2 plus 3 is equal is 5, so the set we will get is, that is 3 plus 5. Afterwards when we are going to write the set 2 for the object, right, this object for the second object, so we will merge these two, right? We will merge these two and we'll write it here. Here the set 2 we got are 0 0 1 1, here 2 3 and 3 5. We have just merged these two, right? Now we will write the set 2 for the profit 5 and the weight 4. Here we have written 5 4 and then as we have added it into 0 0 0 plus 5 5, 0 plus 4 4, and then we have added into this 5 plus 5 6, 4 plus 2 6, so we answer we got is 6 comma 6, 5 plus 2 7 and the weight was here was 4, so plus 4 4, so that set we will get over here is 7 comma 5, and then here if we add 5 plus 8 8 and 4 plus 5, the set we will get is 8 comma 9. Then we will just simply merge these two, right? 0 0 1 1 2 3 3 5 5 4 6 is 7 7 and 8 9. So this is how we just merged the both the sets and we got the set 3 for this. Now we'll write the set 3 for the next object, that is the object number 4, and the profit is 5 and the weight is 5. The profit is 6, weight is 5, so we'll just add it into this one, right? So 0 plus 6, that is 6, 5 plus 0 5, so the set we will get is, that is 6 comma 5, 5 plus we will add it, that is 6 plus 1 7, 5 plus 2, we are adding these two into this one s3, 6 and 5, so here we got 7 and 7. If we add it into this, 6 plus 2 8, 5 plus 3 8 8 8, here 6 plus 3 9, 5 plus 5 we will get 10, so we will write it here. Then we will add it into this one, then we will get this result. If we add it into this one, we'll get these results, right? So this is how we just got the results for the set 3. Now we'll write the set 4. How are we going to write the set 4? We'll just merge them. But while writing the set 4 S4, we have to keep in our mind that the capacity of our bag or container is 8, so we'll just go till the 8 while merging them. So 0 0 1 2 2 3 5 4, right? Then we will write 6 6 6 5 7 9 and 8 8. We will not write these 11 9 12 11 13 12 because the capacity of our bag or container is 8 kgs. We cannot place 11 kgs into it, we cannot place 9 kgs into it, we cannot place 12 kgs into it. Similarly, we cannot place 11 12 or 13 kgs into it. The capacity is only 8, so we will take the sets only till the 8, right? So from here S4 we will take the maximum one, and now we will calculate that which object we have to consider and which object we have not to consider. So we will check that the first set we have taken is 8 comma 8, the maximum one. So we will check that is the set 4 the only set that is giving us the 8 comma 8, we will check it here. So we will write that it is giving us, yes, set 4 is the only set that is giving us 8 comma 8. So but again we will also check it for the previous one, set 3, that 8 comma 8 not belongs to the S3, right? So we will write x4 equal to 1. So set 4 is the only set that is given us the 8 comma 8, right? Now, so what is the profit of this fourth object? We will subtract it from the 8 comma 8. So if we subtract 8 comma 6, answer we get is 2. And what is the weight? So this second one, if we subtract it from the weight 8 minus 5, so the set we got is 2 comma 3. Now the second set we got here is 2 comma 3. Now we will check that this set belonging only to the set 3, or set 3 is the only set that gives us the 2 comma 3. So we will check it in the here 2 comma 3. No, set 1 is also giving us 2 comma 3. Set 2 is also giving us 2 comma 3. So 2 comma 3 not only belongs to the set 3, right? So set 2 also gives us the 2 comma 3. So we will not consider the set or the third object. Now we will move to the next one, the third set, that is 2 comma 3. That is it only belonging to the second set? We will check it in the second set, 2 comma 3. Yes, so is not belonging to the, if it is not belonging to the set 1, then it is the set 2 is the only set that is giving us the set 2 comma 3. Now we will subtract the profits and weights of this 2 second object, that is 2 comma 1. We will get 0 0. Then we will check in the first set, that is 0 0, only set given by the set 1. So we'll check here, yes, we are having 0 0 in the set 1, but is set 1 belonging also to the set 0? Yes, it is also belonging to the set 0. So set 1 is the not the only set that is giving us the 0 comma 0. So we'll not consider this one also. So the only considered one was 8 and the set 2, the fourth object and the second object, right? So this was how, here if you take a look, here we also considered, when we were solving it using the first method, we considered the fourth object and the second object. Then we solved by using it the second method, that was by the sets method. So we are considering the second object and the fourth object. So using the same both methods, we get the similar results. So this was how we can solve the 0-1 knapsack problem using dynamic programming, and we applied two methods to solve the 0-1 knapsack problem by dynamic programming. The first problem was we just applied the brute force, or we just drawn a table and then we calculated or optimized our results in order to get the maximum profit. And then in the second method, we took some sets or decisions, and then we calculated that which are the maximized profits, and then we concluded that we got similar results applying both the methods, whether it is the first method, the tabular method, or whether it is the second method, that is the sets method, we get same results. So this was how we used dynamic programming to solve the 0-1 knapsack problem.